If your project becomes messy, features take longer, bugs increasing, and every update breaks something, then the problem is not coding. The problem is architecture. And architecture start with design patterns. Today we will learn the most important full stack design patterns used in real world production apps and interviews. So what are design patterns? Design patterns are reusable solutions to common software problems. They are not libraries, they are not frameworks. Actually, they are proven approaches to building scalable systems. First, we'll start with backend patterns. And the first one is Singleton Pattern. Singleton means only one object should exist in the entire application. We can say Singleton is managed where we need to manage one data connection, logger service, or Redis client. So in this Spring Boot, if you have seen in the code, when you annotate at service, at repository, at controller, all they are singleton by default until you change the scope. So singleton means only one instance managed in the entire application. Second pattern is factory pattern. Factory pattern helps when object creation becomes complex. Example of factory pattern is payment system. In the payment system, we have different type of payments like UPI card, wallet, crypto. So factory decide which payment service should be created. Also in the Spring Boot application, you have seen many places there we use factory pattern. Next pattern is builder pattern. Builder pattern is used when objects have too many fields. Instead of creating a use constructor, we use cleaner builder syntax. Simple real life example of builder pattern is consider you are ordering a burger. Now you choose bread, cheese, sauce, veggies, extra toppings. Instead of passing everything in one constructor, builder help you create step by step. So builder pattern gives you clean object creation. Next pattern is strategy pattern. Strategy pattern is used when we have multiple ways to perform the same task and we want to choose one at runtime. Instead of writing lot of if else conditions, switch conditions, we create separate strategies. Basically classes. Now there are multiple examples of strategy pattern that we can use like in a payment system or discount services. User can pay using UPI, credit card, PayPal, all do the same job that is payment, but the process can be different. So without strategy pattern, you need to write lot of if conditions. But if you use strategy pattern, you can have one common interface, multiple strategy classes, and one main service to use selected strategy. Next pattern is observer pattern. Observer pattern is used when one object changes and multiple other objects need to be notified automatically. It is also called one-to-many relationship, one subject and many observers. Real life example we can say in a YouTube channel when you upload a new video, subscriber 1 get notification, subscriber 2 get notification, so on. So here u equal to subject and subscriber equal to observer. This is observer pattern. Next we will discuss front-end patterns. So the first pattern is container plus presentational pattern. This pattern is mostly used in React.js and front-end application where we separate out the business logic and UI presentation. It makes code clean, reusable and easy to maintain. The simple meaning is container component can contain data API state logic and presentational component can contain only UI. A real life example of presentational and container component is you can consider a chef in a kitchen prepare food handle logic and in the presentation waiter only serve food nicely. And you can see this example first the bad pattern which is not using the container plus presentational pattern, and here you can see the user profile we are fetching the user details and displaying it in the same component. And the next is basically using this container and presentational pattern, where first we create a presentational component where we will pass the user in a props, and or also you can get it from the state, and then you can displaying it in the UI. And the container component can contain all the logic, setting the state, getting the data from the API, and displaying it in a presentational component. Second front-end pattern is custom hook. Custom hook is the most important pattern and most commonly used in the front-end application. This pattern is used when we want to reuse logic across multiple components. Instead of repeating the same use state, use effect, API calls, we move that logic into a separate hook. Simple meaning is reusable logic equal to custom hook. It helps to avoid duplicate code. A real life example we can consider: imagine many screens needed user data API call loading state. Instead of writing same code everywhere, we will write a custom hook that can handle that job. Okay, so example of the custom hook, this is the bad code is which doesn't follow the custom hook pattern, and you can see in the profile component, we are setting the user state, we are calling the API to get the data and displaying it in the component. And now if we use the custom hook, so in the custom hook, first we create a hook, and in that hook we created a state. We are calling the API to get the data and setting it this state, and then we are exposing that state from this hook, and this hook we will use in the actual component, in the profile component. So this code is more cleaner. You can see the hook is, we are using that hook, and with that hook we are getting the user detail and displaying the name of that user in the profile component. Next pattern is HOC, higher order component. Higher order component is a pattern used to reuse component logic. A HOC is a function that take a component as input and return a new enhanced component. Example of HOC component are like authentication check, loading spinner, role-based access, logging, or permission component. So real life example of a HOC, we can imagine a gift wrapper, a same gift plus wrapper equal to better presentation. So same component plus HOC equal to enhanced component. So let us assume you are creating a authentication, and in the authentication you have some private routes. So login can be accessed by anyone in your application, but protected route can only access by the authenticated users. So now that you will create a protected route and other components you wrap in the protected route. So this HOC component, the enhanced component, won't allow the user without access token. So this is an example of HOC component, higher order component in React. Next pattern is context API. Context API in React is used to share data globally between components without passing props manually at every level. This actually solves props derailing problem. Now first, what is props derailing? Prop trailing is basically when we keep passing props from parent to child components. If app has user data and grandchild need it, we keep passing props like this, and this create too much unnecessary passing of the props. So this can be solved by context API or the state management libraries. Next are system design pattern. System design pattern are the most important pattern that help to build scalable, maintainable, and reliable large-scale application by solving common architecture problems. Okay, so these are few system design patterns. There are many other system design pattern, but we cannot cover all in this video. So few of them, these are the most important used in any application. The first one is caching. Caching helps to frequently access the data, storing frequently used data in temporary memory like Redis to get that data faster. And second one is load balancer. Load balancer help you to distribute the incoming traffic across multiple servers. This can help us to gain the better performance and high availability. If any of the server goes down, it can just have that it have that logic. It will not send the traffic to that server. So it continuously keep check the health of all the servers. So this all operations perform on the load balancer. Circuit breaker helps to prevent continuous call to a failed service to avoid cascading failures. Another is CQRS. CQRS is most important. You basically separate out the read and write commands operation for better scalability and performance. And the last is event driven. Event driven basically help to communicate the services. So you publish the event, so you don't need to synchronous call the service. You can just put an event and other service can consume that event and do the task. So these are the few system design patterns that we discussed. If you want me to create a video to cover all in detail, please let me know in the comments, and yeah, let's meet in the another one.